Greetings, fellow humans, and welcome to No TJD. And this is going to be the first wrap up I do. I only read 4 books in January, but I got back into the groove of writing and transcribing, so I've been busy, and I've had a couple of things in work. So it's not like I had a ton of free time. I started out strong, and then I was like, oh wow, I have to get to work on my stuff because for the Puerto Rico Comic Con, I want to have several books out, and I have to haul ass. Oh no, it's in May. Yeah, that's around the corner. And so basically, I'm right now transcribing one project. I am writing another project. I am finalizing acknowledgments and notes and other stuff for 2 other projects. And ideally, I would like to finish at least 1 or 2 more projects, but that's really pushing it. So let's focus on the ones that I know I can do. But I'm still a reader, so I got my read on. The first book, I'm gonna try to put the image here. I don't know. I've never put an image on a YouTube video, so that it'll be all mysterious. I don't have software to edit my videos, and which is another reason why I don't edit, and so that you get the full JD experience. But yeah, first book was the last book I read was The Essence of Zen, which is a quote book. It's a very nice book. It's the type of book that you could just cut the pages out and put them nearby. It's really nice and really interesting. And what it did do was inspire me to look for the quotes that really rang a bell. Look for more work from those people. So I shall be trying to find 1 or 2 books from people that were quoted in that book. But apart from that, I read this, I reviewed this. This is brilliant. This made me want to keep reading Discworld, Book 3, Equal Rights. It's hilarious. If you want a full review, I'll put the link below. But it is super fun. Terry Pratchett had a love for writing, and it shows that every sentence, it's like, okay, how can I say something in a very memorable, quirky, random ass way? And he did brilliantly. Every page is quotable. It's ridiculous. Next up, I wanted to read that because it was nice and refreshing. And the next 2 reads I read because after reading Percy Jackson, I was feeling like an old fart, and I wanted to see, wow, have I outgrown like middle grade and YA, or what happened? Because I really did not connect with that book. It's nice, but it's not like, oh my god, this is gonna be like one of my favorite series. Just did not. Wow. So I read Fortunately the Milk. This is a very quick read. The drawings are amazing. Look at this. And then there's a ton of drawings, and they're all, look at this. I would kill to get an artist that could do this with one of my books, but it costs a lot of money because there's like so many illustrations. But this is such a fun read. It's quick and it's great to read to your kids, and it's like one of those kids movies that even though it's meant for kids, you see all the jokes that are for parents that only parents are gonna get. That type of thing. It's not that they do innuendos or anything, but that it's a kid's book written for parents that are going to read it for kids. And that's the best way that I can describe it. And it's a ton of fun. It's very sweet. And lastly, George's Marvelous Medicine. If you've ever heard the aristocrats joke, a bit of background. The aristocrats joke, it's just an excuse to say some of the most awful things that you can come up with. I can't put a link here because it is very vulgar. It is very adult language. It is bad. But it is funny because some people, especially Gilbert Gottfried, comes to mind. His version of the joke, it's just awful thing out of awful things spewing from his mouth. This is the aristocrats joke version for kids as George makes his marvelous medicine. You wonder, oh god, what else is he gonna put in the medicine? And it never disappoints. It's god awful. But that was the driver to keep reading, and that was so funny. There is no moral lesson here this is. I hope no one gets any ideas from this book, but it was a ton of fun to read. I did start several other books, but on a Kindle, and I have to do a video on this. On Kindle, I read so much slower than here. Here, I know that where I am. I feel it. Oh God, I feel it. On Kindle, I just see the percent, and that I have to use Goodreads to motivate myself to read. And I'm reading three great books. I'm reading The Lost Night by Candy Atkins. I'm reading Falter by Haven Cage, and I'm reading The Whisper Collector by Anais Chevchenko. The last one is poetry. The other two are The Lost Night is like YA. It's like YA fantasy, and Falter. I'm still trying to see what it's about. Um, Falter specifically surprised me because I'd read something by Anais before, and The Lost Night already seemed like a good one. But Falter, I went in blind and I didn't know what I was gonna read. Uh, and because of that book is that's the book that's the reason I'm gonna read one book at a time because it was that solid. I decided to start another one because I wanted to see if I can read something quicker or whatnot. It didn't happen, and I've been so tired lately that when I lay down to read, I just zonk off after like one or two pages. But at least I'm being productive with the books. Anyways, that is my January wrap up. I won't dawdle along anymore. If you read any of this and have any thoughts that you'd like to share, by all means, share them. And I will be reviewing all three books that I mentioned, and I will be starting a couple of other things. February might be a busy reading writing month, so stay tuned. For now, though, peace, love, and Maki Roads.